Hi, I'm Raleigh Brown, and I thought I'd talk to you today a little bit about the Green New Deal. The media seems to only blather on about its political implications without ever telling you what the hell it is. So I thought I would like to actually go and download the Green New Deal, read the Green New Deal, and then tell you a little bit about it in case you don't have time to do that. So I'm trying to do this even though I'm an admitted progressive left wing guy. Um, I'm trying to do this in the most unbiased way possible so you'll understand what's going on and then you can make a decision about it without having to listen to some talking heads. Okay? So, number one thing to know about it is that it is a resolution. It is not legislation. It is not a law that says we must do this or you would be punished by breaking a law. It is a resolution like your New Year's resolutions where you say, I'm going to get in shape this year. You don't say, I'm going to start by doing 4 sets of 10 concentration curls and then I'm going to go blah, 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 blah. You say, this is a resolution of things we believe must get done. Okay? And so take it for what it is. It is an overview of some ideas which are considered important by the House of Representatives majority to keep our planet in one piece and to help improve the prosperity of average Americans. So we could say that it's the Green New Deal. There are 2 parts of it. There's the green part, which essentially says we have to do something to prevent the rising temperature of the kind of global climate, which will eventually have incredibly expensive and harmful effects on the planet and on our country, just like every other country. And then there's the part of it that's the New Deal. Now, let me tell you just a real short little bit about the original New Deal, which was between 1933 and 1936, under the urging of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So you can go on Wikipedia and read all about the New Deal, but there were kind of 3 main arms of the New Deal. And this happened after the Great Depression. Many people were impoverished. If you want to learn all about it by reading a great book, read The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, which is a novel but kind of gives you the picture of how the average American suffered. So it was a very hard time, and the 3 arms of the New Deal were relief for the poor. So this was providing unemployment and all that kind of stuff, and helping people get retrained for jobs. Number 2 was recovery for the economy. So just like the Great Recession, which happened at the end of the Bush era, that was the Great Depression, even worse. Okay, so it was trying to reinvigorate the American economy. And number 3 was reform of the financial system, the laxity of banking laws, which led to both the Great Depression and the 2007 recession, was largely caused by risky banking procedures. And we did what we could to try to remedy those. And that's what happened at the end of the Great Depression. The recovery from the Great Depression was largely attributed to the New Deal. Okay, so what we have with the Green New Deal is a combination of these 2 things. Number 1, an attempt to reinvigorate the economy, and as you'll see when I read you actual documents here, an attempt to level the playing field between the rich and the poor a little bit more. Okay, and number 2 is to try to save the planet, which is pretty much in dire need. Everybody agrees except the people who are in the pay of people who don't want you to agree with that. If you don't agree with that, I'm not going to do false equivalency and say there are 2 points of view. 97% of the scientists in the world agree that man-made climate change is causing catastrophe. So if you don't believe that, then you're not going to believe that we need the Green New Deal. Okay? So I'm going to give you a little overview of what the actual document says. I'm also going to put a link, and you can download the document and read it yourself. It's only 14 pages long. I urge you to read it and learn about it. I'm just trying to save you a little bit of time here in a way that's hopefully bearable. Okay. So the first part of the Green New Deal resolution is a justification of it. It's saying, why do we need this? And it gives a bunch of statistics. I'm not going to bore you with those, but as I said, you can read them yourself, and they come from reputable sources, okay? Then the second part is saying, given that we have this problem, we are laying out a series of goals, and these are the goals, and then there's a list of, I think, about 5 goals, which I will read to you in a subsequent video. And then after that, there are a series of projects, and these projects are maybe more specific objectives that you arrive at when you've read these goals. So if you have a goal that says we must eliminate greenhouse gases, then you have projects which will help do that. And even these projects are not real specific. They're just laid out as concepts. Many of them include language that says, according to local authorities, and rules will be made for those reasons. Okay. So you have goals, you have projects, and then you have what they call at the end goal projects. But I would say that it more ends up being objectives. Okay. So I'm going to go over in the next video. I'm going to go over a real brief thing about the justification, and then I will go over the goals with you so that you'll know what this is actually about instead of listening to those airheads on television tell you. Okay, here we go.